Good morning. I'm Dwayne. Today we're going to make salmon patties, kind of the old-fashioned way. You can make this recipe your own in many different ways, but it goes pretty quick, so let's start. Well, we start out with a mixing bowl, and then our ingredients are parsley flakes, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, a 14.75 ounce can of pink tuna. As long as you're close to that or the equivalent, if you have smaller cans, that's fine. We got sea salt because we're doing salmon, and black pepper, 2 eggs, a quarter cup of onion, some Ritz crackers. And we can't forget the pan with some oil and butter in it. I like to make about an even amount of both, and so it's about a quarter stick of butter, 2 tablespoons of oil. This is olive oil because I didn't have vegetable oil, and it's in a medium, not a super large. I think it's about a 10-inch cast iron fry pan. We'll start by adding our salmon to the mixing bowl and breaking it up. Now, a lot of people like to take out the bones and the skin, but as you can see, they just kind of dissolve within the meat. There's not very much to them, and they add a lot of calcium. I just love these ones here. Bone that comes from the backbone. That's just a personal preference. I've liked that ever since I was a kid. So next, let's add our eggs. Next, we'll add our onions. And that's a 1/3 cup of onion. And we'll kind of give that a mix. Now, I want you to know that I just got done washing my hands before I hit record. So you always want to have impeccably clean hands because we are going to go in with them on this. After we add our ingredients, of course. So let's add some parsley. And this is kind of like personal taste. I like parsley flakes. In fact, I'm about at the end of this tube here, so I'm just going to add what I've got. And then next we have paprika. And you don't need a lot of paprika. I kind of put it in. I like the flavor that it gives, and it kind of makes the color a little prettier. Next we have onion powder. That's just for flavor. And garlic powder, which is also for flavor. And we have salt, which is for not only flavor, but other parts of the recipe has it too, but that adds a lot of good minerals. It's Redmond sea salt, so, and some pepper, just to kind of kick it up just a little bit. And we kind of like mix that together. Now, let's add some crackers. I got these at Walmart. They're the Great Value brand, but they're Ritz, basically. Ritz crackers. I would say about a half a sleeve is what you want to use. So you can see there, here's the top. It's about a half a sleeve. If we need to add more, we can always add more. But it's going to be just fine. Now we do want to turn the burner on at this point. We will let this mixture kind of set for a few minutes. Let's get in there and squeeze. Just kind of grab a fistful and squeeze it together. Just like that. Now you can always take a little bit of this mixture, cook it up, and see how you like the flavor. That way you're kind of testing it if you think that it needs to have a little more of something. Although I did do a lot more measuring today than I normally do. I usually kind of just go by eye. But I wanted you to be able to do this recipe. This will be your starting point if you follow it. Now, if you want it a little drier, then you just add more cracker. And of course, if you wanted it more saltier or more peppery or that type of thing, you just add more of your spice. Or if you don't like any of those spices, you can leave whatever you want to out. Let me wash off my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided I'm going to go ahead and try a little free sample here. Mixing up my oil and butter mixture together. I'm just going to take a small amount. Doesn't have to be a perfect patty. I'll just squish it down there and let her cook. Okay, so this is our experimental piece that I put in there, and I fried it. It probably took a total of maybe about 3 or 4 minutes for this size. But I like the color, so I'm going to try the taste. I like it. So I think we're going to go with it the way that it is. And I divided this up into about 4 sections. I want to try making size patties that are good for making a burger out of. So I can have salmon burger patty. So let me try that out. Oh, I think that's going to make a good size for a patty. The bread I've got is a normal type sandwich bread. It's keto bread from Safeway. I get it from either Safeway or Walmart. I've tried out a couple of different brands, and I kind of like this one from Safeway. Now, you can also put some cracker crumbs on the outside of this if you want. I'm not choosing to because that adds more carbs to it. About the only thing in here that's carbs is that cracker mix. I'm going to do 2 at a time. I don't want to overcrowd the pan. If you do, then they kind of end up not getting as crunchy or crusty. The edges don't get quite as nice. It just makes for an overall better fry if you don't crowd the pan. You know, in this case, we don't want to do that. I do like to try to have my edges better, but now I'm going to kind of shape them a little more. I'm just going to kind of press down on top of the patty. Not too hard, not too fast, just a little here and there. And I am actually going to flip them also because I kind of want an even pressure on both sides. Look at that, we're already starting to get a little color. Okay, there we go. Those are some nice sized sandwich patties. This is the bread I was telling you about. It's called Better Way, and it's 5-seed keto. It has 1 gram of net carbs, 0 sugar, and it's only 40 calories a slice. That is amazing, 40 calories a slice. I can't make it that way at home. Okay, I've turned my pan down a little bit, but I need to turn it up a little bit more. I have it on just under medium. I would rather cook these a little on the slow side. Just letting you take a peek. They're kind of cooking just the way I want it to cook right now. Can you see the bubbles around the edges? So they're pretty even cooking. I do like to rotate them during the cooking process also. I think we ought to flip these. Let's see what they look like. I always want to tilt your pan so you're not flipping into grease. Ooh. Oh yeah, those are nice. About a half a turn, just so that the edges cook evenly. See how that one's darker and this one's lighter? Seems like most all pans have hot spots. They do heat somewhat evenly, but cast iron is pretty good at that. So if you do the half turn thing, you'll get more even browning. Okay, let's try looking at these now and see what they look like. Yeah, they're more even browning, but oh, look there, it's a free sample. Yeah, I think these are shaping up to be nice little patties. They should make good sandwiches. I'll make some homemade tartar sauce here in a bit. I'll take that for you too. It'll be a separate video. Let's try flipping it over because that side had browned more already anyway. Oh yeah. Yep, let's let this side catch up. And these 2 will be done. I learned to cook from my mom, who lived and grew up on a farming ranch in Montana. But I love cooking with her. Okay, let's take these out. I'll flip them into this plate here. Ooh, yeah. Now these will cook faster. The second batch always cooks faster than the first. I would say almost 5 minutes aside total, not including the half turn that I do with them. They're about 10 minutes cooking time total, probably 10 minutes or less in prep. They have lots of omega-3s. They have lots of calcium if you leave the skin and bones in. As you can see, you don't really see any skins and bones. I see a few onion flakes and some parsley flakes, but other than that. Okay, let's flip these and see how they're looking. Ooh, I think we're getting pretty good browning. Now my burner goes from up to 10, and these are cooking right now at 3. The highest I had the pan was 4. But you know, it could be a little warmer than I'm cooking them at now. I turned it down because the oil and pan continue to heat. I love salmon patties. I'm cooking these no more than on a 4. Cooking is not only mixing up and throwing in a pan or whatever you're going to do, but there's techniques that you learn. And one of them is learning your stove, how it reacts. My stove, as well as most other electric stoves that I've used, they gradually heat up more and more and more to a certain point. Like 3 was probably as high as it was going to go, and it wasn't good enough. 4 is plenty hot. Let's go ahead and turn these over and see how they're looking. Oh yeah, that one's all the way done on that side. And this one, yeah, we can call that one done. It's a little thinner than this one, but it's been cooking on the cool side of the pan. Yeah, one more little bit on that side and we'll call it done. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you'd like more information or want to suggest something for a next video. I'm Dwayne, and from Muffin and Cupcake, we hope to see you again.